Hello everyone, welcome back to Cooking with Donna. Today I'm going to be making up some white chocolate raspberry cookies. They are delicious and I needed to share this with you guys. So go ahead and get your oven preheated to 375 Fahrenheit and we're going to get started. Okay, in my bowl I have 1/2 cup of salted butter. If you have unsalted, that's fine. I always have, like I say, I bake with salted because that's what I use for everyday use. But by all means, use your unsalted if that's all you have. Okay, so to that, I'm going to add in, I have a 1/4 cup of white sugar, and then I have a 1/2 cup of brown sugar. And I'm just going to cream this for a couple of minutes. Almost forgot to add my oil and 1 tablespoon of vegetable oil. And make sure your butter is at room temperature because you want that to cream up good. And that's not going to happen if you're using it right from the fridge. So bring that butter to room temp. Going to cream it for a couple of minutes. Alrighty, got that creamed up, nice and light. To that, I'm going to add in 1 room temperature egg. And I have over here 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract and 3/4 teaspoons of butter extract. Now, if you have some raspberry, you could substitute that butter with the raspberry if you want more of that raspberry flavor. But I lean more for the butter. Okay, and I'm just going to get this mixed up, guys. Get that egg all worked in there. All right, have that mixed up really nice, and them extracts, I just want to eat that stuff by the spoonful already. It smells so good. But over here in my bowl, I have 1 3/4 cups of all-purpose flour. Now, for those of you or those that are not familiar with baking, when I make my cookies, I always have to bring that up. Y'all, please don't pack your cups. Don't pack your measuring cups going in like this, and then you're just packing it. If you have to, spoon this in, and then the back of a regular old butter knife, just like that. And then add your flour. Because if you pack, that flour is getting tightly packed in here and you're not getting the right measurement and you're getting more flour than you need, your cookie will come out dry. So please measure your flour properly. So that's 1 3/4 cups of all-purpose flour. To that, I have 1 tablespoon of cornstarch. Helps with tenderizing the cookie, keeping it nice and soft. Blends to that, and it helps that cookie keep for at least a good 4 to 5 days if you store it right. And then here I have a 1/4 teaspoon of salt, and over here I have 3/4 teaspoons of baking soda. That's baking soda, not powder. Okay, I usually just pour it all right on top of my wet mixture, and then I'll mix it on top. No need to dirty another bowl. But I had this in this bowl for proper measurement, and I wanted to show you also. But just get this flour mixed up with your salt and soda. And mix that up good. These are some good cookies, you guys. I hope you like them. Now I'm going to add this here. Right in there. Get this stuff out of my way. Okay. All right. Now I'm going to mix this in. Now once we get those raspberries in there, Can you guys see that? You don't want to overmix much once you get those raspberries in there. So let's try to get this worked in much as we can. When it's just about all together, we'll get the raspberries in here. Now you're going to be needing half a cup of dried raspberries. Now they are hard to find, but you can dry them out in the oven if you'd like for probably 5 to 6 hours. But remember, fresh raspberries will dry up to be half that amount. So if you buy some that says it's like a cup, you're going to end up with that half a cup. So, or you can buy them. A lot of times Target carries them, or Amazon, but I dried my own up, half a cup. And then after I dried them, I let them sit for a while. And then right before I started mixing my flour and stuff, getting things ready, you know, putting the parchment paper on my cookie sheet and stuff, I sprinkled a teaspoon of sugar over these just to help them along with some sweetness, because sometimes raspberries can be a little tart, and chop them up really well. And then just drizzle a good teaspoon of sugar over those and stir them up real good and let them set while you're doing everything else, okay? And now I'm going to stir in 1 cup of some good chocolate, white chocolate chips. You want some good ones. I'm using the Ghirardelli, and I'm using 1 cup. And we're going to add those in. Just kind of spread them out. The more you spread them, the better, because we don't want to do a whole lot of stirring once we get them raspberries in there. Because them raspberries, you don't want them all turning your cookie dough all red. So now I'm going to try to distribute these all over the top. Then we'll fold it in. And this is our half a cup with 1 teaspoon of sugar mixed in with these raspberries. What I'll do sometimes too, to intensify the raspberries, I'll sprinkle a little bit of the raspberry extract and stir it all into that teaspoon of sugar, and then drizzle it all over the raspberries. That way it intensifies that raspberry. A little bit of extract if you wanted to. Now I'm just basically gonna slightly fold these in, trying not to mess with it, but you do want it evenly work through there. And we definitely want to make sure our cookie dough is mixed right. Fresh raspberries, just for me, I'm not a fan. They cause too much bleeding in the cookie. But you can use them, but just when you chop them up, I would pat them really well. And that's about it. I hope I didn't have that too far out of the picture. Sometimes I get carried away when I look at cookie dough and don't realize what I'm doing. And I apologize if I moved that too far out. But I'm basically folding and then just slightly pressing through the middle. That's it. Okay. Now, oh, I want to eat that dough. Okay, let me get my cookie sheet. Alrighty. Now, when I make these, I usually probably do about a tablespoon size. And they're going to bake anywhere between 8 to 11 minutes, depends on your oven, like always. They will look underdone, but they will continue cooking. So I'll let you know how long these ones cook. I'm going to do about a tablespoon size. And there's my oven. So what I'm going to do is just roll them in some little tablespoon size little balls there. Oven's ready. Oh, I love these cookies. Boy, they're good. And if one seems like, you know, oh, that one don't have enough raspberry, it don't look like. Get some from the dough. Put some more in there. One looks like it's got too many, pull them out. Because we want to make sure you have raspberry in each cookie. And these raspberries can get pretty pricey. But half a cup's good in this. But I'm going to continue rolling, and I'm going to get these in the oven, 375, and I'll let you know how long mine took, guys. Alrighty, there they are, my friends. Mine cooked 12 minutes. Now yours could take 10 minutes. Mine, like I said, mine were probably a little bit bigger than table size. Not much, though, just a little bit. But start checking them at 10 minutes. But, and if you're not sure on the cooking time, do a test batch. Or a test cookie. Roll your ball, you know, test one cookie, bake it, take it out, let it set on the cookie sheet for a few minutes, and remove it, let it set a good 10 minutes, and try your cookie. And you'll know if your cookie's done. Stop that. I got my dog over here playing with her squeaker toy. But do a test batch, by all means. That way you don't waste the whole batch. But these cookies will look underdone as they come out of the oven, and they'll poof in the middle. And that's an indication that they're getting there. They're just about done. But they'll just lightly brown around the edges. And they're done. And these cookies are going to be so much better tomorrow. And it's important that you lay them on a flat surface. I like to put mine in Ziploc bags, laying flat on the counter. Because if you stack them, you figure, oh, they're nice and firm. You could stack them. But these cookies soften as they sit. So if you stack them, you're going to wake up the next day disappointed. Because your cookies are going to be all like bent and, you know, caving in on one another. And you don't want that. So lay them flat in a whatever it is you have. But I would suggest some Ziploc bags. Because they do well. They hold the moisture in it. And it really keeps the cookies nice, soft, and chewy. But mine cooked, like I said, the first batch took 12, second batch took 11 minutes. They'll be lightly browned around the edge. Let them cool for at least 2 minutes before you remove them. Store them in the bags, and if you're going to use the dried raspberries, make sure you dry them in the oven whole. Don't chop them while you're drying them. You want them whole, then let them cool. And right when you're ready to use them, chop them up really fine. But that's, I guess, just about it, guys. And bet you want to see one, don't you? But these are going to be, like I say, with all the cookies. They're always so much better the next day. I hate when I put my hands in here. I still need different lighting. But this is what the cookies look like. Look at there. Can you see there? And they're soft. They're chewy. They're everything you really want in a cookie. Put that back there. I'll nibble on that in a minute. But you guys give those cookies a try. Let me know what you think. And until next time, we will see you guys later. And I'm going to eat my cookie. Oh, yes, baby. God bless y'all. See you later.